All right, what's up, guys? Welcome
What's
back
up,
to Duly
guys?
Noted.
Woo! Bow.
All those fun things.
You can add those in post. No,
Just
you
the
don't.
horn.
No, you
So,
don't gotta
welcome back to Duly Noted, guys. It's been
do
a fun week. It is the week before Christmas, actually. So, Merry early Christmas.
When this comes out, it'll be the week of.
It'll be the week of. So, yeah, I mean, so Merry Christmas, early Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I've got a ugly sweater on. Nick has a very stylish, decadent Santa hat.
I'm actually wearing that.
He absolutely is wearing
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely not hanging on his mic stand at all right now.
Yeah, you can put that in post.
I'll crop it onto your head somehow.
Yes.
So,
Sweet.
but this is another fun week to be back here at the studio, Tom's house.
Yeah, you're doxing yourself.
That's okay. That's all right. But it's been another fun week. I mean, every week's really fun. So for me, because I get to see everything. So, but yeah, we had a lot of people chime in on our last podcast. We had people chime in about their favorite video games. We had people comment.
Because when I checked, nobody had posted anything. But I did. So I got a vote.
You did? Did you vote for yourself?
Yes. Well, I saw
He
the
felt so bad. He's like, someone's going to vote for me. I'll vote for me.
I was like, I wasn't gonna, because at first I was like, I was on it. I was looking for the polls. I was like, the polls aren't there.
It's on Spotify. You have to go to the video.
I was on Spotify. I was at the video, and I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it. Then I pulled it up on my phone next week, and I found it. So I was like, you know what? I didn't get any votes, so I'm gonna spite Tom. And
You know what's funny? I had a vote, and I didn't vote for myself. I voted for Tim. So shout out to Tim. But,
shout out to Tim.
He sent me a message, and he was like, "You guys talked about video games in your last episode without me," and I was like, "Well, I guess we need to just talk about video games more often now." Since but he messaged me. He's like, "I want to come on and talk about video games."
Well, that's gonna be episode 10.
Well,
so.
yeah, you got to come back for next time.
Well, Tom doesn't know it, but he's coming back every 5 episodes now.
Every 5 episodes.
Yeah.
We have to. It's part of the strategic vision that we have here at Duly Noted. So, yeah. But we had some cool, fun video. We talked a lot about video games in our last episode.
That was fun. I was telling Tom I like that.
Yeah. Well,
that's right up my alley. I'm a big dork. So,
well, I mean, and I have a lot more free time to where I can play video games. So I've actually downloaded several video games this last week.
Well, I've had tons of time. Well, I wouldn't say tons, but a lot more than usual because my usual is 0. So any more than 0, I'll take. And I've been playing some more. It's been fun. Anyway.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
We had some people. I mean, we'll talk about our games and stuff here in a minute. But we
new Duly Noted game coming out on iOS.
Yeah, right. Well, that'd be pretty cool. We should make a game or work with an app developer to where we make 8-bit versions of ourselves and our weapons are like guitars. That'd be
well, I was thinking about something of like a shirt. That'd be cool.
All right. Actually, okay. Well. Yes, absolutely. I'm on board with this 100%. So
because
the gears are turning in my head. For those of you who don't that are just listening, not watching, sparks are flying. I'm like, ooh, ideas. Ooh.
Well, at first I was thinking about maybe this is way down the line, but shirts, kind of, because I like long sleeve shirts. I do, even though I don't look good in them. They're not very flattering on me. And I was thinking what if we did kind of chibi art style of ourselves. And I was kind of thinking it'd be funny and me, and then there's a bunch of cats and I'm sneezing.
So
that'd be a fun one.
I ironically found some stuff or I guess I should say I found some TikTok inspired art, and it was people, they just take the colored beads, you know how you make the necklaces and stuff. They literally put them out in an 8-bit design. So you make your Legend of Zelda Link with the sword or whatever, and they put all the colors of that design into that, place it out like that, and then what they do is they just put an iron on top of it.
You know what those are called, right?
What's it called?
They're called perler beads.
But now I know.
Dude, Tom, this is a generational gap right here. Tom didn't get the pleasure of perler beads.
I knew they were a thing.
I've had those since I was like 4. They're crazy, and I was never good at them. I made some Terraria stuff when I was like 7. But
and now I want to make stuff like that.
Yeah, they're
like,
cool.
That's such a cool thing.
I mean,
like we could make merch or make little fun, just like things to put on the show, stuff like that.
Well,
so.
I always because some of them would come with like little like things that you could do, and I always like seeing like the 3D ones they would do, and I'd try it and I'd be like, man, this sucks, because I could never do it right.
Well, and I was going to ask you, this was one question I thought of, because it seems like our channel is kind of generated or we've gravitated towards this. It seems like, what do you think about making our channel not exclusively geared towards, but just in general geared towards like video games and like anime and like kind of stuff like that?
Oh
like,
no.
I feel, I mean, not to, but I'm like, it's something that we both like. I think it's passionate. There's a huge following, so I know a ton of people. Granted, the common theme would also still be music, but like, so
common denominator.
Yeah, common denominator. But I don't know. It seems like we've gotten a lot of traction with the video games.
Really?
We have.
Is that our most watched video?
It's not our most watched video. It is one of our most listened to podcasts. I had people message me. I had several people actually message me like, dude, love this last podcast. So that was surprising, because I don't always get messages other than when it's hateful messages towards you. So it was kind of refreshing to be like, hey, dude, loved this message, or I loved this podcast. Here's my favorite video game, blah, blah, blah. We got some funny submissions for favorite video games on the poll. So Spotify, I created a poll. What is your favorite video game?
How many responses did we get before we
there was a handful.
Handful?
Yeah, a handful of them. So
which is better than 0.
It's better than 0.
Which we normally get.
Yeah, which, I mean, we've started getting interaction with the Spotify polls, which is really cool. So yeah, our handful of,
and I didn't vote on this one either, so none of them.
We have some good ones. Sir Timothy, he hopped on our poll. He said that Red Dead Redemption 2 was his favorite all-time game. So
really?
I've never played it, just because it's like an old Western style game.
I haven't played it too, but it was more like a cultural thing.
But well, I know it has a huge following, because I know a ton of people play it.
I just didn't have the time to play it.
Yeah, but yeah, I also have not had the time to play it. It looks cool, but I see a lot of like TikTok videos about like when someone they go up and they kill an innocent bystander, and then just in the distance you're like, I saw that, and then
yeah,
like a witness has seen you, and you're like, dang it.
I can't. Well, I thought about, because I was like, what is my favorite game? And I forget what I said. Did we say our favorite game?
We did. You said Terraria.
Well, that's one of them. I didn't even think about this one, and I started getting videos right as I was thinking about it. So sweet, thank you, Google. And I can't believe I didn't even talk about this, because I'm getting ready to play the updated version of it once I get some money. Persona 5. That is I think that's my favorite game.
What is that? Persona 5?
Persona 5?
I don't know what that is.
It's like
educate me.
It's like, I think also so last week, I guess I should have said I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games. So
they're literally just like I mean, they're the same vein as a lot of them, they're strategy based, turn based.
Yeah, so I'm sure if I've played them, I would agree that the soundtrack's pretty good.
Yeah,
but because I was like thinking like, oh, okay, I think that is one of my favorite soundtracks. Persona 5. I think it's one of my favorites.
So what is Persona 5?
So Persona 5 is it's a lot of things. One, it's really good. That's the main thing.
Okay.
So it's like I think it's a JRPG. I think that's what they're called. But it's like anime. I mean, nerd stuff. But it's like it's an RPG, turn-based, where the premise is that you're a group of like people, and you're going into like the minds of the bad people, and you're changing them for good. And
interesting.
It's well the
so it's like Inception.
Sort of. The execution is a lot better than the description, because frankly I think it's kind of cheesy. But it really I can't believe I didn't even think about it because it's such a good game. I played it like 4 times, and each time I put like 100 hours into it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a heavy time of your life.
Yeah.
So it must be really good.
that's like half a month's worth of time.
yeah, that's a lot.
Well, because the first time was in when it came out, I got it. I pre-ordered it. That was my first pre-order game. I've only had 3. The other 2 are insignificant.
Okay.
So, so shout out to GameStop for coming through for once. And so I pre-ordered that, and and I played. I had it in my collection for like a month until Christmas break came around. And I was like, wow, I have a lot of free time. And so I just started grinding it like unintentionally because I like the what takes so long about it is like because your first playthrough, I think I put like 130 hours into it just playing through the game, like not even doing like a whole bunch of the side stuff because the side stuff is so well implemented into the main game that you don't even consider it side stuff.
Really?
It's
okay. So this is called Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona 5. And it's more like animation based.
Yeah, can I get it on like Switch?
Yes, and actually, this past October they released a. So there's a definitive edition where it actually added a bunch of stuff that wasn't able to get into the first edition.
Okay.
So it's like not like a definitive like where they just add like an update and then package it as a new game. It's like actually good.
Okay.
Like so they put in a new character, a new dungeon, put in lots of content like to help fill the space like between a lot of places. It's really good. It's called Persona 5 Royal.
Okay.
That's the definitive edition. Get that.
Okay. Well, and see, I bought a bunch of like games this last week, because it's Christmas time. So like there's a lot of like the Nintendo eStore, the eShop, they have a bunch of their digital deals or whatever, and so I like literally for just dollars. I mean, I got just a ton of games. So I mean, I spent less than $20, and I bought probably 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
So
I've been waiting for The Binding of Isaac to get on sale.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one?
Nope.
That's well, that one it's a little more interesting. There's 2 games that I love to play. It's Enter the Gungeon and The Binding of Isaac. Those are I personally prefer Gungeon because it's a lot more faster pace and you can just get in and do your thing. The Binding of Isaac it's a top down kind of 8-bit style thing.
Okay.
Where it's a roguelite where you're going through rooms and you're finding enemies and you get items to help you with those, and you go through the dungeon and then you get more items through for your next playthrough. So there really is no end game. You just keep playing it. So that's where I kind of like lose interest. I might have put like 40 hours in total into that one. But Gungeon, I have like 150.
Okay. So a lot of the games that I just downloaded and started playing. The first one, it was a bundle, which I don't know if you are familiar with Insomniac games or anything that they've ever made, but they did a bundle with the Portal series.
Oh, yes.
So
Insomniac owns Portal.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Maybe I'm saying the wrong developer name, but I thought that's who it was. Or maybe it's 2K. No, it's not 2K.
It's Valve.
Oh, it's Valve. It's Valve. Yeah,
owns.
yeah, it's Valve. Valve owns
Because
them.
Portal 2, it's not my favorite game of all time, but it is the best game of all time.
It's Portal 2, I think. Which,
That's an experience.
The first Portal alone, like that was such a fun.
That was cool.
It was such a fun game, but I mean, it had such like almost a cult following because that was a part of Half-Life is what it was.
Yeah, and it's only like 4 hours long at most.
Yeah, it's a super short game, but it's super fun.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you gotta like really think outside your like normal
you
perceptions.
You gotta think with portals.
Yeah, you gotta. It's really cool. So the way that they
it's awesome.
Yeah, man, I've been playing through it. So I spent like 40 minutes playing it the other night, and I got to like the 15th level or whatever, and I was like,
Portal 1 or 2?
Portal 1. I was going to finish 1, then move on to 2, which I've played them both. I beat them both. So yeah.
I recently went back and played Portal 2 again because I played it for the first. It's one of those games where it's hard to hard to play a second time because once you know the puzzles, then
Yeah, it's super easy. So
that's why I say it's more of like a one-time experience where you kind of just go in with it. Hopefully, nothing's been spoiled for you, and you just go through and it's like a fresh experience. That's the best way to do it. And Persona 5 is one of those games.
See, I love it. Well, and then there's, I don't know if you've seen a lot of the commotion with High on Life yet.
I've seen.
It's not going to spoil it. It's the developers from Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland. Or what,
I followed when it was. I think it was called like Trover Saves the Universe.
Oh yeah,
it was like a VR thing with that art style, and I like that. But I don't know, it doesn't look that. Than it's just like kind of
humor. It's humorous and funny, and that's all of the people that are playing it. Which right now it's going like uber viral because of just how funny it is.
Yeah,
they did. IGN did a gameplay through it, and they said it's okay gameplay. The story is okay. What really entertains you is just the nonstop comedy throughout the game. That's what really makes it, engaging.
It gives me Borderlands 2 vibes.
See, and I love Borderlands, so that's one of my all-time favorite series.
Yeah.
So, which I don't know if you have played the most recent one.
Borderlands, is that 3?
It is Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I've seen that, and
it's like D&D meets Borderlands. It is amazing. I've got it in there. It's amazing. So it's like Dungeons and Dragons literally meets Borderlands. So it's like you have magic spells and guns. It's super funny.
Because
it's got that same humor though.
Borderlands 2 it's got a special place in my heart, right next to the cholesterol. That was one of those games that I'd play with, like whenever my friends came over. We'd all just hop on Borderlands, and we'd just run through it. Man, I remember grinding the bosses on that to get like the rare loot. And one of those, I forget what it's called, but you get it from the final boss, and it's just a shotgun that like when it hits its target, just creates like a spray of like bullets from it. It's so cool.
That is one of my favorite series, and I've played all of them. I've played 1, 2. Borderlands the pre-sequel.
I haven't played that one.
Yeah, so that one's really cool because the first one you fight the giant boss in the vault. The second one you fight Handsome Jack. Okay. So the pre-sequel, it basically tells you of how Jack became the way he is. So he starts out the game as a good guy, but then you just kind of see
that's cool.
Yeah, the evolution of his character, and then how he became that bad guy in 2. So it's pretty cool. You spend a lot of your time on the moon, so like your gravity is like way less. So like your jumps are like crazy insane. So it's super fun.
I need to go back and finish Borderlands 3 because I got like maybe 70% of the way through it, and then I just dropped off.
Oh, see, the end of Borderlands 3, it's very good. It does have a moment if you are invested in the story.
Which I thought it was cool that they got Penn and Teller for a boss in there.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was cool.
That's pretty funny because that was that was pretty early in the game too.
Yeah.
So that was very funny that they were involved in that. So, that's
awesome.
Yeah. Well, and see, I love the humor. From those guys, I love the Claptrap character.
He's my favorite in Borderlands.
He's my favorite. Oh man, he's like, I wrote this awesome dubstep song. Do you want to hear it? Wub 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 wub. Want to hear it again? Then that's the joke.
That's why I say Borderlands 2 because I think it kind of gets overdid after the fact. I don't know. Borderlands 2 was just like a nice mix of everything. It happened and it happened well.
I think it did well, and 3 is really good. It expands a lot. There's a lot more to 3 because I've played the heck out of 3. I think 2 is my favorite. I would agree with that. I would say 3 is right underneath that. Like I think it was by far better than 2, better than the pre-sequels. So
and that was when games were they came completed.
I mean, you still get them. They have like so much like DLC downloadable content for non-gamer people.
I don't know. I just miss when games would like you get the game and that's it. I
agree.
Borderlands 2.
And I think this is one of the reasons why EA gets such hate for being the company that they are. It's because they are a pay-to-play company. So like you buy the game, but then like if you want anything, you have to pay additional stuff for it.
I feel bad for FIFA fans.
Yeah, because
that
you have to pay so much more if you want to get your character or your skin or whatever. You gotta shell out the money for it.
Or like Hearthstone players.
Yeah.
Or those I don't know, any like online collecting card games. That's rough, man. That's rough. I didn't think this was going to be about video games again. So I'm very happily surprised.
But that's okay. That's okay. Well, and I mean, we had a ton of people. I say ton of people. We had a handful
more
of
than
people.
usual.
I mean, people are engaging in our polls or engaging online. We did get a response that I was not expecting. Okay. I have never played it. And I don't know that I want to play it, but the fact that it was an answer shocked me. What game do you think would be very shocking to you to hear? I didn't even know it was a game, I'll be honest.
Man, if you didn't even know if this is a game, well, test me.
Shrek the Third for Wii.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that.
That was one of our responses on our poll. Shrek the Third for Wii. Never played it, and they're like, I love this game so much. It was a great thing as a kid. I was like, that was a game that you played actively?
Oh, dude.
So I've never played it, obviously, so I can't hate on it. I also can't hate on the person that posted that because I'm kind of married to them. So
no way. It's oh my god. I'm gonna let her know.
Yeah, so yeah, she put down her favorite game was Shrek the Third for Wii.
I hope she's not being serious, and if you are, anyway,
she listens to our episodes religiously. Every Monday whenever
she's gonna get to this
released.
point,
yeah.
and she's gonna have a funny haha moment, and she's gonna breathe out her nose.
Oh man,
excessively. Anyway.
But I mean, I don't know. I've never played that, so I can't judge it or hate on it.
What were some of the other ones?
We had Legend of Zelda. We did have a League of Legends. We had Red Redemption 2.
League of Legends.
League of Legends?
Yeah.
The video game?
Yeah, never mind. I don't mean to get political.
I have a lot of friends that play League.
I know.
Mr. I love Arcane.
It's a good show. It is a good show.
It is a good show. But you can't dog on the source material.
Yes, I
That's
can.
what I'm saying.
This is what I'm doing right now.
See, I love League of Legends. I love the game. I love the lore behind them. So there's so much more behind. Like if you love, you don't even have to play the game for this. So like if you really, fair enough. If you really liked Arcane, you should just go to like League's landing page and go see all their champions, and then because each champion, and just like start with like Jinx and Vi, because they have all of the lore behind them and like how they become incorporated into each other's universes. So like Jace, Caitlyn, and Vi, they end up basically becoming the police for Piltover. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna see, like you're seeing how those stories like become that story basically.
I just think it's a really good show.
I mean, it's a really good show. I waited whenever they announced that originally. I was like fangirling. I was like giddy. I was like, oh my gosh, because I'd been waiting. I was like, dude, this could be. And I originally said this would be a cool anime, is what I said. And then, but the way that they did it
is even better.
It's even better. Yeah. So I'm like,
some of the fight scenes are so good.
Everything about it. It's so good.
Everything is so good about it. Well,
it's a cinematic.
I'm glad
marvel.
I finished it because at first I got to episode maybe 2 and I was like, it's kind of boring. Now hear me out.
Once you get to episode 4, because like you get to episode 3.
Episode 3.
That's the one.
That's when it like sinks you. Reels you in, and that's what I tell everybody. If you got to get to episode 3, and if you don't like it, then it's not for you.
Yeah. Well, and what I got to say, I love the way that Netflix did this. That they released it in batches of 3 episodes at a time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. So the very first thing, they released 3 batches, 3 episodes at once, and that was the first 3 episodes. So you know how the first one, that's when they're younger, and then episode 4 it skips to the future and they're older. Okay. Well, I mean, so you have episodes 1 through 3, 4 through 7, and then 8, 9,
I
or
thought
7.
it only had 8 episodes.
Are there 8 episodes?
I thought
think
it was
there's
only
9.
8.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I thought it was only 8.
I'm pretty sure there's.
I've been wanting to rewatch it again, so when I do, I'll let you know.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Which is
4,
rare
5, 6,
because
7,
I don't
8,
rewatch
9.
anything.
Yeah.
So if that's how you know. You can take it from me
I'm pretty sure there's 9 episodes.
as a
but
credible source.
I don't. I've watched it like in total. I have watched this show 4 times, 5 times.
Oh dang!
Like in total, which I mean, because I love the show, I love the characters. So,
Yeah, if you like
I mean, and like Vi and Jinx, those are my 2 favorite lead characters. So to have a show based on them, why would I not watch that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway,
It's such a good show.
it's a very good
Well,
show.
speaking about, I was telling Tom that I have a thing that one person might relate to, and it might include me. So the new Sonic show came out on Netflix.
Oh, I saw that it came out. I have not watched it yet.
I'm on I just finished episode 4. It's like a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's if it's not in like your peripherals and you're not like, like, man, maybe I should watch that, then you probably won't like it. Because I mean, it's like you got it. There's the way they did it is really good. It's like very.
Would my kids watch it?
Yes.
If my kids would watch it, then I'd probably watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like some of the, there's some fight scenes. It's pretty. There's some funny moments. I mean, it's more based around humor. Like it doesn't overdo the humor like a lot of Sonic shows do.
Okay.
Where it's kind of cringy. It comes very close.
Okay.
But it does it well, and yeah, I won't say anything about it. But some of the fight scenes are actually really well choreographed, which I was thoroughly surprised. The animation's really cool. I mean, it dips in some places where you can see where it was like not as polished.
Okay.
Especially in
okay.
episode 4. I think I'm probably gonna go home and finish it today.
So it's worth a watch though.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So it's not arcane level good, but it's still good.
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay.
It's like I don't even know what to compare it to. I don't know. It's a solid 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, solid.
Which I might have a different opinion once I finish it.
Well, and I not to segue into another conversation.
Go ahead.
But we slightly talked about something last week, and
Video games. The whole
Well,
episode slightly talked about it.
there was something else we slightly talked about.
Is it the Kanye stuff?
No.
Oh darn.
It's something you're going to be happy about talking about, except you may not be sad because I know more now. I may or may not have been on TikTok, and some major plot things were spoiled for me for Chainsaw Man.
Oh no!
TikTok ruined it.
You got.
So I learned some incredibly crucial things.
So now I think, do you understand what I mean?
What is your question? By what do you mean?
Never mind.
I know who. There's 2 main antagonists.
Yeah, that's what I was going.
There's
at.
2 main antagonists, not just the one that we're talking about. And I know why they both want Dingy.
Dang, dude.
So, there was it was just it's one of those things where like they post photos to TikTok and you like swipe through them, and what it was literally the comic. It was the manga. And they just kept scrolling, and I was like, what? And like the more I read it, and I was like, no. And then so I was just like, I'm looking up this character. And
no, you ruined the build-up, man.
No. Well, because what happened was I can't say it without like spoiling things.
I know it's so hard to be vague about it.
So the one person is cursed.
Yes.
So the one person is cursed. The comic reel I saw was let's say a puppeteer making that person fight Dingy.
Snowball fight?
It was a giant snowball fight.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Did you get to the birthday party?
I got to the snowball fight. I don't know.
If you don't know about the birthday party, please don't.
I'm pretty sure I already know everything, but I mean, I say that like it's whatever.
If you don't know about the birthday party, then great.
I mean, I know. I think I know
Then
the
you can-
hierarchy of the story.
Then okay, good. Then you don't just stop.
There's some little
Just
things.
Go ahead and after we're done, read it so you can.
I like go get the manga right
Yeah,
now.
no, like I'll give you my website that you can read it on.
Well, I
I'm not
read
saying
quite
that
a bit.
I pirate it because I do not.
But I mean, so I had a
That's viscerally upsetting.
well, and that's how man, I hate the internet sometimes because they absolutely ruin things for me.
That's why you got to get on the hype train early.
Okay, here's one. Okay, here's a spoiler alert that or a spoiler that happened to me, real life. Star Wars Force Unleashed. So or Force Awakens, the
how could you
first
even-
remake. So here's the thing.
How could you spoil that? That movie sucks.
But here's the thing. I'm an avid Star Wars fan. I want to know things when they're happening. Like I want to be able to be present. I had bought tickets to the Friday of the opening weekend. So let me tell my story.
Oh yeah, you're
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
So-
I do that a lot.
Yeah. So Friday is the opening weekend. Friday's happening. They always do previews or they do grand opening or whatever
Yeah, they did them on like what was it like
Thursday.
December 17th?
they do them Thursday.
Oh, okay.
They do them Thursday at like 10 o'clock or 11. I don't know. It's like Thursday evening sometime. So I didn't get into the first showings, but I got into the Friday one. So, and this was a pretty big deal because they were like, revamping the new trilogy. So they're like, everyone's got to go get the tickets, blah, 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 blah. And I remember playing League of Legends and whenever you're playing League, you go for hours on end. So like we would play from like 10 at night to 2 in the morning sometimes. And I remember I was in the middle of a match and someone on my team types in all caps Thursday, the night that it was released. They're like, I just got out of Star Wars. It was awesome.
You got spoiled by Star Wars in the League of Legends game chat?
Game chat.
Bruh.
Then they said it was awesome. And then in all caps, Han Solo dies. And I was like, ha ha, ha, very funny. And like you were playing it off.
Yeah,
You're
like
this-
some copium
like
stuff.
whatever. Don't be a jerk, man. And then I get to the theater the next day. And then I see them on this bridge. And I see them like hugging. And I just, no.
Bruh, that's
No. So I was like, oh, it was the worst way for me to find out.
so funny.
It's the
Getting
worst.
spoiled in the League of
in the
Legends.
league chat, bro.
I think that's some poetic justice.
Well, and that just kind of shows you what kind of community that place is.
Yeah.
I mean, like I love the game, but man, the community is it's a very toxic place.
Well, I kind of figured that out. So I worked at Pi 5 for a little bit. I don't anymore, thankfully. And that place just sucks. I have I could probably do a whole episode on the Pi 5 and Subway stories.
That's all right. That's all right.
So I'll save that. So that's spoiler alert. That's gonna be the week after next. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, if I remember it, because that'll be a fun one. So I had a real okay. He's probably my favorite. Like so we had team members. That's the lowest of the low.
Okay.
Peasant level. Then you had your shift leads, and then you had your assistant manager, and then your general manager. So it was a pretty nice like environment because we all knew each other, and like so it was me and like 4 other of my friends. We just like signed up, or we put our resumes in, and we all got the job. So we were like, sweet, best case scenario right there. And it was really awesome because there would be some like shifts where once one of my friends became a shift lead, he was running the shift, and then it was me and 2 other friends, so it'd be 4 of us in total. Oh, it was great.
The buddy system.
It was true.
It works.
It does. But anyway, there's this guy named Devin who came in. He was really cool. He plays League of Legends. He dropped out of college. Unrelated to the story, but sort of, because he played competitive League.
Did he make money?
I think a little bit.
See, that's impressive. I mean, like, not to,
All he said is that he was in Platinum League.
Oh, he did make money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is there like higher up?
There's way higher.
Way high. Oh, what are the ranks?
So the ranks.
It might. Maybe I'm wrong here.
Platinum's good.
Yeah.
It's not you make money good.
Yeah.
Like, so the way it goes is
by making money, I mean like through the college and like scholarship stuff.
because they have esports and stuff now.
Yeah.
So, whenever we were like the pioneers of it, like circa 2012 here. So, yeah, I mean, he might be on scholarship now. Typically,
No, not anymore. He dropped out.
oh well, that stinks. Yeah. But typically your levels go. You have wood, which is like they're like, we don't want to rank you, but we will. So like that's like basically the lowest of the low.
Mm.
But you have wood, then you have bronze, then you have silver, gold, platinum. Then after platinum, you have diamond, and then there's one more league, and then there's master, then challenger. Challenger, that's where you that's where all the like world teams play. Like they do like the giant esports arenas and they do that stuff. So those are the people that have actual gaming teams, have sponsorships. They make $250,000 contracts a year. So yeah, I looked into this once upon a time. I wanted to be really good, but the funny thing is, if you want to play at that level, you got to be good, and I was not very good.
Yeah, I'm not either. I thought about it for a total of like 2 minutes. About being competitive gamer, and because it just rolls off the tongue so well.
Well, and see, I mean, honestly, there's people that aren't like competitive. A lot of them make a killing on streaming and like Twitch and stuff. So I mean, you don't have to necessarily be a competitor to make money doing it now. So I think that's what makes it really appealing.
Streaming
to a lot
is
of people.
weird.
It is.
It's like it has its own community, and they're all degenerates.
A lot of them are.
A lot of them
and
are.
I've got two friends. I've got one who is a full-time streamer.
Ooh.
Like that is her job. She's super cute girl. She's very personable. She's really good friends with my wife. So shout out to Mandy and Aaron. They both stream. Aaron doesn't do it full-time. She's got a job, but she does part-time. Mandy, she does it full-time from what I understand. So Mandy's Mayhem, if you ever want to look up some fun. She does a lot of Apex Legends and some other stuff. So I try to hop on and chime with him every now and then. But I mean, you can make money doing it.
You can. You got to be creative, and I'm just not.
You don't even really have to be I mean, you just
got to unbutton a couple extra buttons.
Well, I mean, there are some
camera.
There are some people that do that. Like, I will say, there's part of the community that they do it for just the shock value. Like they have the hot tub streamers or whatever.
Like I said, those are weird.
That is weird. People are watching them for a very specific reason, and that's not what I want to watch stream. So like, I want to watch friends, people having a good time, having fun discussion. So if you are engaging, I guess there's multiple ways you can be engaging. I guess those people find that engaging. I think it's the host has to be personable.
So I don't watch any streamers. I think it's kind of dumb.
Oh, see, here's the thing.
But I do have one. His name is Kit Boga.
Okay.
And he streams. So what he does is, so you know those scam calls that you get on your phone?
Oh, yes.
He answers those.
Yes.
But now he doesn't just answer them. He does
Hacks
like a
them.
whole charade. And he has like a voice changer. He has his own like virtual computer, so he can like mess with them. And he like, oh, it's so great. If you haven't seen this guy, Kit Boga, Kitboga, really look him up. He's my morning coffee.
I gotta tell you. So, but here's the thing: streaming. I mean, that's a good point though. Twitch is such a big platform. It's not just for video gamers. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you have your hot tubbers who are doing whatever. But there's a girl I follow on TikTok and Twitch. Her name, her handle is Sunfire TV.
Okay. And
she's a drummer, and she does mostly like metal covers. But then she'll take video game music and play heavy metal drums to it. But then. She started doing this persona, and she'll dress up like the character sometimes, like not necessarily cosplay, but she'll like dress up as like a Toad from Mario. But then she'll start drumming, and then she'll start singing in a Toad voice, and she'll go, "I'm sailing away," and it's just this really annoying thing, but it's so funny. Like, I mean, like,
You're gonna have to put a loud noise warning over that.
it didn't peak. We're good.
It's sweet.
But
Jump scare warning.
like, it's so funny though. I mean, like, and see, that's the kind of thing. Like, no one does that. That's really weird. It's super funny. It's very obscure. That's the kind of stuff that I find interesting. I find funny. But
Yeah, I just think streaming's weird. There's only one streamer, that guy that I watch, which I don't know.
should we stream our podcast?
No.
No. Why not? You don't want to be live?
Why? Well, why?
It's just another audience.
I mean, I do want to take the Twitch users for all their money.
Okay, so you heard that. Next week we'll go live on Twitch.
Oh,
all right,
God.
guys. No, I'm kidding. We probably won't do. Well, we might try. I think it'd be cool to try Twitch at some point. I don't necessarily have to, but I think it'd be fun. It'd
Maybe.
because you could get people like actively engaging, and we could talk with the fans and stuff like that. So,
that would be cool.
yeah,
I do. Okay, maybe you've convinced me.
Okay, I think it would be cool because there are a lot more people, especially because they have a section of Twitch that's called Just Chatting, and it's just people to just talk and have conversation, and I mean that's kind of what a podcast is just chatting, hanging out,
Yeah.
doing our own thing, and we could be actively engaging and talking. I mean, granted we are somewhat engaging with you guys, the listeners, but there'd be a little
There might be might have to be a little careful on that, though.
we'll see, but we can try it, and
can
we can always do a test run. So we'll see see how it goes.
There's more stuff that Tom has to buy.
Yeah, well, not really, because I've already done all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you? Remember I talk about like hyperfixations and like things that I get really into, photography, video stuff.
Oh,
there was a solid 2 months where I was all about streaming, so I have all of that stuff already.
I feel like at this point, being a streamer now is what used to be starting a YouTube channel when you were 5 is.
Yeah, pretty much.
So many
yeah.
people do it, man. It's
Yeah.
like I see so many people on my Snapchats like, tune into my whatever, I'm playing Apex, and I'm like, dude, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch you just play. That's not the point.
But I mean, as long as you're engaging, you're personable, I think people relate to that.
You gotta, like, the thing is, and this is for everything, you gotta find something that nobody else is doing. And if you're trying to find, you gotta be able to do something that nobody else or very few people can do. Anybody can start a Twitch channel and start streaming. Anybody. I mean,
Can anyone do this? For those of you that didn't know what I just did, you now have to go watch on Spotify or YouTube to see what I just did.
I'm gonna leave that there.
I'll see you in the comments.
Comments. What did Tom do at this
What did
point?
Tom do? What is that exactly? I don't know. He did
Tell
something
us what you
weird.
think Tom did.
Yeah. I'm not gonna mention it.
I mean, and I think that's like my whole thing with music too. You gotta find something that other people
Yeah.
can't do.
Well, and so like, not to keep go back to this to Chainsaw Man. So
I love this. Don't mind.
I asked my wife this week, and I don't know if I've told you this before. I know I haven't said it on air or anything yet, but she will occasionally make me like cosplay outfits, costumes, and stuff like that. I told her I want her to make me the Chainsaw Man head because the rest of the costume is just a button-up shirt and a tie.
Yeah, you gotta do the.
Which I'm not gonna do those, not yet. Well, there's a reason why. Starting out, I'm not gonna do it. I'll add them eventually. But I found mechanical ones that work.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I like seeing all the ones that like people build them. They're really cool.
they're really cool because I follow a lot of like cosplayers on TikTok because just some of the stuff they do, it's so cool, and they make like EVA foam, which we have a ton of that stuff. Like because I had Ginny made me a
Wait, EVA foam?
Yeah, EVA foam.
What's that?
It's a foam where you can literally like sculpt it, shape it.
Where do you get it?
Sand it. We bought a lot of ours from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, sweet! Because I've been thinking, because you sent me that video of that guy. He takes like a figure and he makes like the
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do that, and I was like, where do you get the foam for
It's
that?
called EVA foam, and there's different thicknesses of it. And then they also have what's called EVA foam putty. The putty's really cool because it's malleable at first, so you can like squish it and shape it and mold it, but then it hardens. So once you harden it, you can then like sand it down, shape
That's
it.
cool.
So I had Ginny basically make me a Mandalorian cuirass. So I have
That's cool.
I've got the chest plate for the Mando costume. So
yeah, I've kind of been turned off to that because not to bring this up again, but my ex-girlfriend was my ex-girlfriend was also a cosplayer.
oh
Anyway,
my gosh.
I'll leave it at that. It's kind of funny.
Nick's girlfriend, if you ever watch this podcast, come talk to me. I feel like you and I would get along more than I get along with him.
She did a pretty freaking sweet. What was her name? Oh no, I forgot her name.
What was it from?
Danganronpa.
Oh, I got nothing.
Oh my. Hang on. Talk for a second. I'm gonna look this up.
All right, you look it up. Well, and see, I have this idea. I want to do the Chainsaw. The reason I want to do the Chainsaw Man head is because I want to play the bass line on a TikTok. The dun 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 dun.
It's
So
pretty bumping.
It's a really like popping song. So I think it'd be really cool to do it like dressed up as Chainsaw Man in the cosplay, and then like do the cover like that. I feel like that'd be really cool. If anyone is watching this, don't you steal my idea. I claim intellectual property on that. I swear I will come after you legally. Don't do it. But no. Can't find it.
What was her name? I'm trying to do this from memory because it's like one of the most important plot points in the games. And
so it's from a game then.
Yeah, well, it's a little complicated. So Danganronpa it's one of those games. It's a story-based game. Basically, it's very little game. It's more story. It's like very akin to like click and point stuff, but it's a little more like immersive.
Okay.
It's definitely one you got to play the games too. So there's 3 games in total. The first one is just Danganronpa. The second one is Goodbye Despair. The third one is V3, I think it's called. Yeah, V3. So basically the premise of the game, I'm going to go over the first one because they all follow the same premise, but there's some continuity here.
Okay.
So the first game is all about a bunch of ultimate students, like each of them has like an ultimate gift that they're so like the backstory is that there's this school where students become the ultimate something. So you're ultimate at this or that. So each of these characters are like the ultimate, like I think one's like the ultimate detective, the ultimate baseball player, the ultimate supermodel or something like that. It gets a little silly, once it goes on, but
okay.
It is a little wacky.
It definitely sounds like something I would not participate in.
But the whole premise is somebody has trapped these 16 ultimate students, and it's the premise is that to get out you have to kill somebody without getting away with it.
You mean while getting away with it?
You have to kill somebody without getting while getting away with it. Yeah, I meant to say that. So and the whole thing is like you have to find out. It's like a mystery. You got to find out.
So it's like Clue.
Essentially, but after somebody dies, there's a class trial where you basically you're figuring it out. It's a mystery game. It's like Ace Attorney.
So it's like Murder in the Dark. For those of you that know what Murder in the Dark is, it's a church youth group game.
Yeah, but anyway, it's an interest. It's you gotta be into it to like get the whole thing because it really drops off. Like it starts off really good and then it just slows down until the end where it just goes, till the climax. But the second game, it keeps it pretty good, and actually my favorite class trial is the fourth class trial, the second game. If anybody Probably not, but
I'm pretty sure this is a very obscure game
yeah,
that no one knows
it's
about.
it's a little niche, except sorta, but it's really cool. That would be one I'd recommend playing. Oh, what is her name?
That's all right. It's all right. Well, we should probably wrap up here soon anyway.
Hang on, keep going.
He's like, I can't find this. Well, if Nick can't find this in the next few minutes, we're gonna wrap up here. But I'll tell you some of the few games that I did download this week. So on top of Portal 1 and Portal 2, I did download Hollow Knight, and I've been playing Hollow Knight.
How far are you?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm really bad at it.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody is.
I have not killed the first person yet.
Oh, okay.
The
It's probably like the big night guy. The night beetle.
The night beetle. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't gotten to the real first boss, which
'Kay.
you're probably realizing. Oh shoot, that's not the real first boss. Yeah, it's not.
Dang it.
It sort of is, but there's a different one once you get the that gives you the what is it called, the mantis cloak, I think. I don't know. I was about to say a swear.
Bad Nick, bad
Yeah,
squirt bottle.
what is the name?
I don't know. I mean, I just started playing it yesterday, I think, actually, because Thursdays me and Olivia basically just hang out. So that's what I did yesterday, was played Hollow Knight a little bit. But yeah, so that was one of the few that I downloaded. They had a really cool promotion on the Nintendo eStore where like literally all those games were like next to nothing. Did you find the name?
Yes. So my girlfriend did a cosplay of the Juko Inoshima character, who's sort of like the villain, but sort of not. It's
Just like other people.
Yeah. So anyway, that was really not that important. So keep going about what you're talking about.
Well, we'll actually wrap up for today.
Wrap out.
So yeah, wrap out. But before we wrapped out, I said it again. Before
I
we,
thought you were kidding.
No, I don't know how to talk
I thought you were
apparently.
doing a bit.
No, but before we wrap up for today, I wanted to do a cool shout out. Me and Nick, we made a push last week for anyone that wanted some free merch, and we had some people like literally all over the United States fill this out. So it was really cool. So we're going to be sending some of these people some free stickers from Duly Noted. But we had Jamal, who's from New York. So shout out to Jamal. We had Matthew from Phoenix, Arizona. So shout out to Matthew.
Shout out to Arizona. Hope you're enjoying this fine weather we're having. It's probably 100 degrees there.
Yep. And then lastly, we had Jade from Tampa, Florida, which anyone from Florida, best of luck. I'll send you extra stickers.
You'll
just
need
because,
some stickers.
Yeah, we'll give you lots of them. So, but yeah,
Patch the holes in your boat.
or put them on a pick card and give them to someone special. But we had a few people, and it was super funny. No one from Missouri signed up.
Yeah, it was really funny.
But if you're watching this and you want some free stuff, go look us up on. I think Instagram has our link tree. So if you find our link tree, or sometimes it's in the comments on YouTube and or Facebook. But that's got literally there's a button for free stickers. So if any of you guys want some, I'd be happy to send you some. I think it's cool that we've gotten that far across the United States. It's pretty cool. I mean, granted, we're technically international now, so it shouldn't be that surprising, but Mr. International
That's
to
right.
you. So, but yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up for today. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
We're right before Christmas, so
next episode will be our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
We'll probably go to make up for this one being short. I'll probably go a little longer on that one.
Probably. Well, next,
Because I've already planned out what I want to talk about next.
Good. That makes
I've
me
got some
feel
stuff.
better. So, but for those of you watching, this will be a Christmas for you guys. We'll have our Christmas episode next week. We'll do a gift exchange of some kind.
Yes.
So that'll be.
Yes.
I haven't done the shopping for Nick yet, so we'll see how that works.
Well, I know what I want to get to. I just have to get it.
Well, cool. So in the meantime, you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
See you guys.